I am tired. My feet hurt. I wore myself out walking today. Anyways, so niece is in my inbox again, and she's telling me that Adonis Paul is filing a restraining order and he's filing a cease and desist order, and that I have to stop immediately. Good. In case you didn't watch my video earlier, I highly encourage a lawsuit. I highly encourage it. Because if you've paid to file a lawsuit against me, I can go to court and fight and finally have my day in court against my harassers. I've already lost in the court of public opinion, but I won't lose in a court of law. Because in a court of law, I'm walking in with paperwork from my doctors notarized, legally proving the mental health conditions that I have. What's Adonis Paul going to do? Huh? Stand up in front of that judge? Well, I'm a psychiatrist. I'm highly trained in all of the mental health conditions that she has, and so I decided that she was just lying, that she didn't have any of these illnesses, and so I spent the last year making her life a living nightmare because I decided that she doesn't have these mental health conditions. But I'm going to have the paperwork backing up my facts and my claims of what I've been dealing with, which is going to make a lot of what Adonis Paul says null and void. For one, he's broken HIPAA by denying my mental health issues. You don't get to deny somebody else's mental health or physical health problems. My aunt broke HIPAA too, telling y'all she doesn't have a gluten intolerance. You don't have the right to tell people that because it is not your information to spread. And also it's lies because you don't know what my body responds to because you're not living in my body or my mind. So I highly encourage Adonis Paul to file a suit and say whatever he wants. Claim whatever you want. Because I have a year's worth of evidence. I can show that I had never contacted any of you before you started making videos of me, that you started all of this. I can show endless videos of me crying in fear, begging for this to stop. I can show threats that have been emailed to me. I can show threats that have been text messages to me. I can show the phone calls that I was receiving last year. All of these things that you deny and you say aren't real, I can show physical proof of. So you can convince people online that I'm a liar, that I deserve to suffer because I lied about suffering. But I can prove in a court of law that I actually have suffered and I didn't lie. I spent 5 years homeless. When these people tell you that I've never suffered in my life, they are ignoring the fact that I spent 5 years of my life living on the streets, living in tents, living in a truck. I spent 5 years homeless after my grandmother passed away and my family abandoned me. My family didn't come back into my life until I got my Section 8 and they wanted to hurt me. That's when my family came back into my life. And people are saying, Kathy has family videos. You doxed her grandchildren. She had a family channel. No, she does not have a family channel. She created her channel specifically to cyberbully me. It was not a family channel that I was taking from. After 5 years of homelessness, when I finally got my Section 8, I felt like my life was going to turn around. I believed things were going to get better. I had a safe place to sleep at night. I could cook for myself. I could even try to make a friend. And all of that was taken away like 2 weeks later. When Adonis Paul and Daywave Radio and these other people found my videos and realized that I was no longer homeless and I was open game for them to terrorize. They decided that they hated me because I had a home that I didn't deserve. And so they're going to hurt me, and I can show that. I can prove that. I don't delete emails, so I have probably over 100 at least that say just kill yourself, and 100 more saying we're coming to kill you, and 100 more saying we're coming to rape you. And then there's niece. Is she your girlfriend, AP? Is niece your girlfriend? Am I going to walk into court with a big stack of thousands of emails from your girlfriend? Because that's not going to look good for you, buddy. I didn't want any of this. Any of it. I wanted to live in my apartment, take my medication, and learn how to be a human being. And instead, I spent a year of cyber hell, constantly being afraid, constantly being told that I was going to be beaten, that I was going to be raped, that I was going to be killed, that everybody hates me, that people are going to be coming after me in the streets, that you're going to be sending people to desecrate my handicapped brother's grave. And yes, I can prove that too. You can go to court and say, I never did that, Your Honor. But what's he going to say when I show the video that I have on my channel that I made showing off the live stream that you created saying, let's go pee on Bubba's grave? You don't get to go into the mind of a mentally unwell person and make them believe things that are not real and then get angry when they believe those things, because you're the one that forced and manipulated and pushed those thoughts into that mentally unwell person's head. And now you're mad that I'm telling people that you've done this. And you have to shut me up, get a cease and desist, stop me from telling people what you're doing, or what you're not doing, or what you're convincing me that you're doing. It's all the same garbage, and I am done. I am taking my life back. I am letting the world know what has happened, what I have been going through. I am forcing myself to be safe by making sure the world knows that I'm not safe. And if even one of those new subscribers that I got tonight came from my sign hat, then it's worth it. If I get even one person on my side that believes that all of this is wrong, then it was worth it. So I will keep going out with my hat. I will keep telling people what you have done to me, and I will not be afraid of you. And I will show up at court, and I will prove in the court of law that I have been telling the truth. So, be prepared. That's all I'm going to tell you. Because I can prove a whole lot.